And it's important to remember that happiness comes and goes. It is so fleeting. But the joy of the Lord withstands all.
Erika Kirk protects Erika Kirk protects
It's important to remember that happiness comes and goes, and I pray that you find it.
At TPUSA's Young Women's Leadership Summit on June 5th, an audience member heckled Erika Kirk, accusing her of protecting PDF files. Reports say she later cut her speech short and left the event in tears.
After someone called Erika Kirk a pedophile protector, Erika actually did not complete the entirety of her speech. I was told that. I'm told she shortened it, and beyond that, that she then ditched the Women's Leadership Summit event altogether. Not staying to close out the event. That's something that Charlie always did. And beyond anything else, the reason you do that is to thank all of the organizers for their hard work. But she didn't do that.
Longtime TPUSA supporters say this goes against everything the organization and Charlie Kirk stood for, especially his belief in open debate.
Disagree, come to the front of the line. If you disagree, come to the front of the line. If you disagree, go to the front of the line. You guys know how it works. You disagree, you can go to the line. We'll have a great conversation here.
Who are you?
My name is Charlie Kirk, and I love America.
Why are you here?
Because I love talking with people I disagree with.
The controversy comes amid Candace Owens' battle with Erika Kirk and TPUSA over transparency and accountability. After Charlie Kirk's death in September 2025, Erika became CEO, reportedly because Charlie wanted her to take over. However, critics say he never put that wish in writing, and TPUSA has faced months of demands to release proof.
The most important relationship in your life is the one that you have with your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
TPUSA claimed they delayed releasing the video to protect donors. But Candace Owens says the camera was focused only on Charlie and that some donors privately insist he never named Erika as his successor and that the video is altered.
Alleged AI of Charlie saying, I appoint Erika to be the CEO. Well, Erika told me that he said that at an Aspen event. I was like, okay, great. Well, the Aspen people who were at the event said that never happened.
What?
These are the Turning Point USA donors who have contacted me and said, Candace, that is AI. He did not say that.
What?
Now, they have alleged that they have the video of that. Why did they only play the audio?
Insiders previously claimed that some TPUSA executives held private meetings with a company specializing in deepfake technology called VFXLA.
After Charlie's death, and maybe even before Charlie's death, but definitively after, Marcus was meeting with and communicating with Hollywood AI deep fake companies. Okay. They specialize in creating deep fakes. Now, maybe if this was a conservative company that specialized in making videos, you might go, okay, you know, back when Daily Wire was saying they were going to explode into Hollywood, that might make sense. But why Turning Point USA? I'm going to give you the name of the company. It's VFXLA.
According to sources, TPUSA hoped releasing the Succession clip would end the controversy and silence critics. Instead, more donors are reportedly coming forward to challenge the video and call it AI generated.
Well, we were trying to protect the donor. Protect the donor from what? You asked a question. The question was reasonable, right? If he gives this presentation and talks about whatever he's going to do, you might ask a reasonable question like, hey, Charlie, you're one guy. That's how I was told. The context was you're one guy. What would happen if you weren't here? Why would they have to protect the donor from that? The donor who asked the question was Julie Fields and Arthur Fields from North Carolina.
Reports claim Andrew Colvett later admitted the video was altered, saying he only wanted to troll the trolls. Critics aren't buying the explanation.
Over the weekend, we were going to troll the trolls. There's this video that has become a source of controversy.
Not even controversy, just obsession from bizarre people.
Yeah, just absurd. I don't even talk about it because I think the whole thing is so lame. And if
they
you're
demand
online,
overwhelming proof for the idea that Charlie loved his wife and would want his wife to carry on his mission.
Yeah. Well, it's something he told all of us. We all knew. We didn't talk about it because we thought Charlie was going to be with us for another 50 plus years. But like we all knew, the board knew this was the plan. whatever. He said it one time in front of a camera at a private event with donors in Aspen. So we figured we'd troll the trolls.
Critics argue that if Erika knowingly used an AI-generated recording of her husband to justify taking over TPUSA, it raises serious questions about who she really is.
If we find that out, confirmed, this is AI, what does that signify about Erika? It signifies that she had that meeting, that it took place, and she was able to stomach it. She was able to stomach hearing her husband's voice intentionally manipulated after he was ruthlessly murdered. And she thought, okay, he's dead. What can he do for me? We can use his voice to have him hand over the company so people will not blink and they will not ask questions.
Questions also remain about reports that Charlie Kirk had planned meetings to update his will and end-of-life documents just 1 week before September 9th.
I have evidence of that. In the weeks following Charlie's assassination, she shared with people that Charlie and her were due to sign updated end-of-life documents on September 15th. Let me say that again. Charlie and her had an appointment and a date to sign updated end-of-life documents on September 15th, the Monday after he died. That is remarkable timing. That Charlie was just about to update his will, but then he didn't make it to Monday. Like I said, I trust the sources on this one. So how are we to interpret that?
Legal experts say end-of-life documents are rarely changed except after major life events. Reports claim Charlie wanted changes made before his death. At the same time, there were allegations that he felt pressure from certain donors, something Erika later denied.
Saying that she had Charlie's phone and that Charlie never texted anybody the night before, saying that he thought that they were going to kill him. And that obviously reflected poorly on me, because I was the one who said that he did, in fact, text multiple people the night before. And then I went on Jimmy Dore on Friday, Jimmy Dore's show, and I clarified. I said, Andrew Colbert told me specifically that he was one of the people that received this text message. So I got that first person. I didn't get that from a source. I got that directly from Andrew Colbert. And then somebody who had access to Dan Flood's communications said that Dan Flood similarly received a text message.
Candace Owens initially believed Erika might have been under pressure or threats herself. But in light of recent claims, some now question whether she may have been more involved than previously thought.
I agree with you that there's something off. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I think that what you're describing is the process that we all went through, because you don't want to even go down that route. You're like,
Totally.
Maybe it's this. Maybe in my head, I was like, maybe she's being blackmailed. Maybe she's scared they're going to kill her. Maybe, like you said, she just wants a quick conclusion to all of this. Maybe she's still in shell shock and is actually not controlling anything at Turning Point, was my initial suspicion. And just on paper, she's CEO, but she's actually just home crying every day. And like behind the scenes, like, Tyler or Justin.
Insiders say some remaining TPUSA members and donors want Erika Kirk to resign to protect Charlie Kirk's legacy. Critics argue this is no longer Charlie Kirk's TPUSA and continue to question the circumstances surrounding the succession controversy.